This is Nathan Cruz with Carlson Software, and continuing on our series of texturing and surface editing in Precision 3D Topo 2016. What I'm going to do is show you how to very quickly fix this little parking lot problem that we have, or I should say driveway problem. So we're going to do an edit surface, and we can see right away that it's essentially a bunch of extra points that are in here. So we're just going to take them out. We could draw a polygon around here, and we could do a blend or replace that will also do about the same thing. But in this case, what I want to do is maintain the surface points from this side of the road and slope. And what I want it to do is slope more evenly all the way to the back. I don't want any points up in here because we don't want any change in grade at all. So I'm just going to go in and take all these points out, and we'll get a perfectly smooth surface. It's going to average all of those out. So we'll take that out. Go ahead and take out some more of these guys here. And you can see that the more points that I take out, the smoother it gets. So let me pull this back just a little bit. Now that's actually really pretty smooth, except we've still got a little high point in here. Another high point. More high points. Let's see. Get rid of that guy. Don't really need him either. Now this guy looks like a sort of a curb thing going on over there. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, I'm going to make this transition a little smoother by removing this point as well. And I'm going to take this guy out as well. Now we're getting a curb that goes all the way across. So I've maintained my curb line here. But we still have a problem because the driveway is wanting to basically be very car unfriendly. So we can imagine the driveway coming in this way, where our ditch line actually starts in here. And this point looks a little bit low. So what I'm going to do is select that point or points, and I'm going to set the elevation by slope. And what I'm going to do is pick on an exemplar area where I want to maintain, where I want it to match the slope to. And so what that just did was it changed that elevation based on that slope pick, but that's not exactly what I wanted. So I'm going to hit it Control Z and take that point back up. I'm going to reselect it, and I think I'm just going to take it out because now we're going to get a nice perfect transition in here. And if I remove this points, we'll have a similar effect. So now we have our curb line, but we still sort of have a problem because we have this lip that is still there. So if we look at why that lip is there, it's probably because we have an extra point or so down in here. So I'm just going to remove that point. So that was an example of wanting to maintain this curb line, but at the same time not wanting to have it extend all the way across the parking lot. And so now that's finished, we have a perfectly smooth driveway. We've maintained our curb line as we go in through here. And now I'm going to show you how to quickly texturize these vertical concrete walls and also the ditch area inside of here. So We're going to go back to our very familiar now auto texture command, and I'm just going to pick a few guys in here. This is, I think we'll make this, we'll still leave this as grass. I think should look pretty good. Didn't quite catch all of it, so I think now that's going to be a curb part, so I'm just going to cancel out of the command there. This didn't catch all of our ditch, so I'm just going to pull that down there, turn on my vertex snap or my face node snap again, so that I can follow and find these node snaps. Snap that guy up into there, and we're going to add a vertex here. You can see the software was previewing, I think, giving me a little bit of a hint there. Now we want to pick this guy up as well. And we could modify this a little bit more to make the more of a concrete curb and wall. But now what I'm going to show you is how to quickly turn this into a concrete wall. So I'm going to leave on my snap, and we're going to draw a polyline. We're going to put it in drape to surface mode. Change the color to cyan. What I want to do is snap right to these lower vertices. And since it's perfectly straight, I'm just going to hit close. And now we can come up above this fellow, and we'll go to the textures. We'll go to concrete. We'll select a concrete texture, and we'll simply drag and drop it onto that area. And now we have a concrete wall next to an asphalt parking lot and a grass textured area. It's pretty easy to select these textures. So once the texture is selected here, in the polyline, you roll up to the actual name of the texture, and you can modify the scale for the texture or any of the other properties. So if you want to change it for whatever reason, that's how you do that. And essentially we can do pretty much the same thing in here with the auto texturing. I am going to texture the wall first, and then we'll texture the ditch. So we're going to come into here, draw a polyline. We're going to make it cyan. We're going to tell it to drape to the surface. We're going to pick our points. And really it's just 4 points for this nice long and extraordinarily straight wall. If it wasn't, we would just simply walk around and pick the nodes along the surface, and I'll close that. And then if you have something selected and you want to clear the selection set, you can press the escape key, or you can pick out here on the surface, which will basically select the surface automatically. Now I'm going to go to textures and grab that same concrete texture and drop it right in there. There we go. Now I'm going to do the auto texture command. Turn off my node snap because I want it to find their points. And hit apply. And that did a pretty much perfect job of auto detecting our ditch on both sides. So that's a little bit more of the advanced surface editing techniques to clean up these anomalies, and that would certainly be a non-buildable surface if you were to try to export this out to a machine control, which you can do by right-clicking and you can save and export surface. You can go out to a Carlson 10, or you can go to a TopCon TN3 file or a Trimble TTM file directly, and you'll be good to go. The other thing that you can do is just go ahead and take this and save it as a LandXML 2.0 file, and we'll call this one textures. Let's see. And in the LandXML 2.0 file format, of course, we're saving not only all of your surface modifications as a LandXML surface, but we're also saving all of the boundaries and all the textures within this that LandXML 2.0 file as well. And again, any other software that supports LandXML 2.0, all the texture images and everything that you see here is embedded within that LandXML file itself. And it's does not overly bloat the file size, because we do compress and then use a hex encoding to actually embed that binary data directly in the LandXML data structure. So it is fully portable to any other software without requiring additional files and so forth. And in a follow-up video, I will show you how to import some surface data and assign 3D objects to points.